The ground trembles, buildings sway, and in a matter of seconds, the world as we know it can change. Earthquakes, terrifying, powerful, but not entirely unpredictable. What if you could understand the forces that cause this chaos and learn how to safeguard your life? Imagine a force so strong it can move mountains, create new landscapes, and in moments, shake the very foundations of our cities. That force is right beneath us. Today, we're going to demystify it and show you how to stand strong. Picture our planet not as a static sphere, but as a living, breathing entity, characterized by constant motion and transformation. Beneath our feet, the Earth's crust, a thin, brittle outer shell, is divided into massive, irregular slabs known as tectonic plates. These plates are not fixed. They rest upon the asthenosphere, a highly viscous, mechanically weak, and ductilely deforming region of the upper mantle. It's this layer that allows the plates to move, driven by the convective currents within the Earth's mantle. These currents are like the slow churning of a thick stew, powered by the heat from the planet's core. Imagine these tectonic plates as giant rafts floating on a sea of semi-solid rock. They move ever so slowly at about the same rate your fingernails grow. Sometimes these movements are smooth, allowing the plates to slide past one another without much ado. This is called a seismic slip, a process that doesn't produce significant earthquakes. However, the story changes when these plates interact more aggressively. At times, they collide head-on, pull apart, or grind against each other sideways. These boundaries between plates are hotspots for geological activity. As they move, stress builds up along faults, fractures in the Earth's crust where blocks of rock have moved past each other. This stress accumulates until the strength of the rocks at the fault line is exceeded. At that moment, the energy stored from the accumulating stress is suddenly released in the form of seismic waves, shaking the ground, an earthquake. The point deep within the Earth where this break occurs is known as the focus or hypocenter of the earthquake. Directly above it, on the Earth's surface, lies the epicenter, the point where the effects of the earthquake are usually most strongly felt. The process is both magnificent and terrifying, a reminder of the dynamic planet we call home. Our understanding of these processes not only fascinates us, but is crucial for predicting how, where, and why earthquakes might occur. It enables us to prepare to some extent for their inevitable occurrence. By studying the movements of these tectonic plates and monitoring the stress accumulation along faults, scientists can offer forecasts and warnings, giving us a glimpse into the Earth's restless nature. Consider an earthquake as the Earth's dramatic way of releasing pent-up energy. These seismic events begin far beneath our feet at a location known as the focus or hypocenter. This is the very heart of an earthquake, where stress that has accumulated over time due to the movements of tectonic plates is suddenly released. The energy radiates outward from this point in all directions in the form of seismic waves, much like ripples spreading out when a stone is dropped into a pond. Directly above the focus, on the Earth's surface, is what we call the epicenter. It's here that the effects of an earthquake are felt most acutely. The distance between the focus and the epicenter can vary significantly, with deeper earthquakes generally causing less surface damage but being felt over a wider area. Now, let's explore the journey of these seismic waves. There are several types, but primarily we talk about P waves and S waves. P waves, or primary waves, are the fastest, traveling through both solids and liquids. They compress and expand the ground as they move, arriving first at seismic stations. Following closely behind are S waves, or secondary waves, which can only move through solids, causing more of a side-to-side motion. It's this motion that contributes significantly to the damage and intensity felt during an earthquake. But the story doesn't end there. Once these waves reach the surface, they can cause a variety of phenomena. Ground shaking is the most recognizable, where the ground moves back and forth and up and down, creating the potential for significant destruction, especially in areas with poor building infrastructure. But there are other effects too, like liquefaction, where solid ground behaves like a liquid, landslides triggered by the shaking, and even tsunamis when an earthquake occurs under the ocean. The intensity of shaking at the epicenter and the kinds of seismic waves produced give us vital clues about the earthquake's nature. By analyzing these aspects, scientists can learn more about the focus depth, the energy released, and even the type of fault movement that caused the earthquake. This information is crucial for understanding not just why earthquakes happen, but how we can build safer structures and prepare communities for when the ground shakes again. Understanding earthquakes goes beyond knowing their point of origin. It involves a comprehensive look at the journey of seismic waves, their interaction with the Earth's surface, and the myriad ways they manifest powerfully in our world. Earthquakes are among the most powerful natural phenomena on Earth, capable of altering the course of history and reshaping civilizations in moments. These seismic events have left their mark from the ancient world to the present, serving as pivotal moments that tested human resilience and ingenuity. Take, for instance, the ancient city of Carthage, which faced destruction in the 4th century AD due to seismic activity. The ruins of this once thriving metropolis stand as a testament to the raw power of nature and its ability to change the destiny of entire populations. Similarly, the massive earthquake in Lisbon in 1755 not only transformed the city physically, destroying much of its magnificent architecture, but also profoundly impacted European thought, influencing philosophers and the Enlightenment period's approach to understanding nature and God's role in human affairs. Moving to more recent history, the 1906 San Francisco earthquake presents a vivid example of both devastation and the subsequent rebirth driven by human resilience and innovation. The destruction of over 80% of the city was a catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. Yet, from the ashes rose a city rebuilt with cutting-edge seismic technology, stricter building codes, and a renewed spirit of community and determination to thrive despite nature's challenges. Each of these seismic events, while tragic, spurred advancements in our understanding of earthquakes and how to live with the threat they pose. Ancient civilizations, though lacking our modern scientific understanding, developed early forms of earthquake-resistant construction, such as the flexible foundations and interlocking stones that allowed structures to absorb seismic shocks without collapsing. In more recent times, the lessons learned from earthquakes have propelled forward our scientific, architectural, and societal strategies. We've developed sophisticated seismic monitoring networks, innovative construction techniques like base isolation and energy dissipation devices, and comprehensive emergency preparedness and response plans. These advancements not only aim to protect lives and reduce damage in future earthquakes, but also symbolize our growing ability to adapt and innovate in the face of natural disasters. Moreover, the social and psychological impacts of these events have fostered stronger community bonds and a deeper understanding of the importance of disaster preparedness. Educational programs and drills are now commonplace in many earthquake-prone regions, ensuring that the legacy of past earthquakes includes not only the memory of destruction, but also the blueprint for a more resilient future. In reflecting on the impact of earthquakes through the ages, we see a narrative of human tenacity and the unending quest to understand our world. The ruins of ancient civilizations and the rebuilt cities of the modern era tell a story of humanity's enduring spirit, reminding us that from devastation can come growth, learning, and an unbreakable will to persevere. The question of whether we can predict earthquakes is one that has puzzled scientists and seismologists for decades. While we haven't yet reached a point where we can accurately predict the exact time and location of an earthquake, significant strides have been made in the field of seismology to better understand and detect the early warning signs that precede these seismic events. Earthquake prediction involves forecasting the specific details of when, where, and how large an earthquake will be before it occurs. This challenge is monumental due to the complex and varied nature of the Earth's crust and the mechanisms that lead to earthquakes. However, researchers have made progress in identifying potential precursors to seismic activity, such as unusual animal behavior, changes in groundwater levels, and the release of gases from the Earth's crust, though these indicators are not consistently reliable or understood well enough to serve as definitive warning signs. Advancements in technology have played a crucial role in improving our ability to monitor and analyze seismic activity. Seismometers, instruments that measure the motion of the ground, have become increasingly sensitive, capable of detecting even the slightest tremors that may indicate shifting tectonic plates. Networks of these instruments, spread across the globe, continuously monitor the Earth's movements, sending data in real time to monitoring centers for analysis. Moreover, the development of machine learning and artificial intelligence has opened new frontiers in seismology. These technologies are being used to sift through vast amounts of seismic data, identifying patterns and anomalies that might elude human researchers. Some systems are even capable of issuing alerts seconds to minutes before the shaking from a distant earthquake arrives, providing critical time for people to take cover and for automated systems to protect infrastructure. Despite these advances, the nature of earthquakes as complex and deeply underground processes means that predicting them with precise accuracy remains a goal yet to be achieved. However, the focus has also shifted towards improving earthquake preparedness and building resilience. By understanding the seismic risks of different regions and implementing building codes that can withstand shaking, communities are better equipped to minimize the damage and loss of life when earthquakes do occur. Let's turn to some of the leading experts in the field of seismology. Through their insights, we'll explore the cutting-edge research and technologies that are changing how we understand, monitor, and ultimately live with the ever-present threat of earthquakes. From the latest in seismic monitoring networks to groundbreaking predictive algorithms, we'll see how science is paving the way towards a safer future for earthquake-prone regions around the world. Transforming your home from a potential danger zone into a fortress of safety doesn't require magic. It requires preparation and knowledge. Earthquakes can strike without warning, turning unsecured homes into hazards. However, with careful planning and simple but effective measures, you can significantly reduce the risks to you and your loved ones. Let's dive into the essential steps to fortify your living space and the critical components of a well-stocked emergency kit that could be a lifeline in the aftermath of an earthquake. Securing your living space. Furniture and appliances. Start by securing tall, heavy furniture to the walls using straps or anchors. Bookcases, dressers, and shelving units can become dangerous projectiles during an earthquake. Similarly, anchor major appliances and electronics to prevent tipping and sliding. This not only protects your property, but more importantly, saves lives. Windows and glass. Apply safety film to glass windows and doors. This doesn't prevent the glass from breaking, but it can hold the shattered pieces together, reducing the risk of injury from flying glass. Cabinets and shelving. Ensure that cabinets have latches to keep doors closed during quakes. Store heavy items on lower shelves and secure breakable items with museum putty to prevent them from falling. Utility safety. Know how to shut off your gas, water, and electricity to prevent post-earthquake fires, flooding, and other hazards. Consider installing an automatic gas shut-off valve that triggers in the event of a quake. Secure paths of egress. Keep hallways and near doorways clear of furniture and clutter to ensure a safe and quick exit or area of refuge if needed. Essentials for your emergency kit. An emergency kit is your survival box in the critical hours or days following an earthquake. Here's what it should contain. Water and food. Store at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for at least 3 days. Include a 3-day supply of non-perishable food items that don't require cooking. First aid kit. Ensure it's stocked with the basics to handle minor injuries and medications for any family member with a prescription. Flashlights and batteries. Power outages are common post-earthquake. Have a reliable flashlight and spare batteries on hand. Radio. A battery-powered or hand-crank radio can keep you informed during power outages when cell towers might be down. Personal documents. Keep copies of important documents like IDs, insurance policies, and bank records in a waterproof and fireproof box. Sanitation supplies. Hygiene is crucial, especially when water supply might be compromised. Include hand sanitizer, wet wipes, and garbage bags. Tools and safety gear. A wrench or pliers to turn off utilities, a whistle to signal for help, and dust masks to filter contaminated air are essential. Warmth and shelter. Pack space blankets, ponchos, and if possible, a tent. These can be lifesavers in situations where your home is unsafe post-quake. By taking these steps to secure your home and assemble a comprehensive emergency kit, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're ensuring that you and your family can weather the storm with resilience and safety at the forefront. In the next segment, we'll guide you through the implementation of these measures, turning knowledge into action. When the earth beneath us trembles, it's crucial to have a clear plan of action. Yet, amidst the chaos, many fall prey to widespread myths about earthquake safety. Today, we're setting the record straight and guiding you through the best practices to ensure your safety, whether you find yourself indoors, outdoors, or behind the wheel when an earthquake strikes. Indoors, stay put and protect yourself. The immediate instinct might be to run outside, but this can expose you to greater dangers like falling debris. Instead, follow the drop, cover, and hold on method. Drop to your hands and knees to prevent being knocked down. Cover your head and neck with your arms. If possible, take shelter under a sturdy piece of furniture to protect yourself from falling objects. Hold on to your shelter until the shaking stops, ready to move with it if it shifts. Debunking myths. Standing in a doorway is outdated advice, rooted in the construction style of past eras. Modern door frames are no safer than other parts of a building and can't protect you from flying or falling debris. Outdoors. Move to an open area. If you're outside when the ground shakes, move to an open area away from buildings, streetlights, and utility wires. Stay calm and quickly move to an open space. Avoid taking cover near buildings, trees, streetlights, and power lines, which can fall and cause injury. Driving. Slow down and stop safely. The movement of an earthquake can feel similar to a tire blowout. If you're driving, slow down gradually and pull over to a safe place, away from overpasses, bridges, and power lines. Stay inside your vehicle until the shaking stops. The car can provide some protection from falling debris. Proceed with caution once the shaking has ceased, avoiding bridges or ramps that might have been damaged during the quake. Post-earthquake safety. After the initial shaking has stopped, be prepared for aftershocks. These secondary shock waves are usually less violent but can still cause damage, especially to structures weakened during the main quake. Reassess and react. Once safe, evaluate your surroundings for new dangers. Broken gas lines, damaged electrical wiring, or structural damage to your location. If you smell gas or see a fire, evacuate immediately and alert emergency services. By understanding the safest actions to take during an earthquake and debunking dangerous myths, you're better prepared to protect yourself and your loved ones. Remember, preparation and knowledge are your best defenses against the unpredictable nature of earthquakes. Emerging from an earthquake unscathed is a relief, yet it marks the start of a new phase, confronting the aftermath. This period can be fraught with risks, both physical and emotional, requiring careful navigation. Let's break down the essential steps to safely assess the damage, lean on the strength of community support, and embark on the path to emotional recovery. Safely assessing damage. Initial safety check. Before re-entering any building, it's vital to conduct a visual check for structural damages like cracks in the foundation or walls, leaning walls, or collapsed roofs. If you suspect structural damage, do not enter. Gas leaks, damaged electrical wiring, and water leaks are immediate concerns. If you smell gas or hear a hissing noise, leave the area immediately and alert the gas company. Document and report. Safely document the damage with photos and notes for insurance claims and aid applications. Be thorough but prioritize safety, avoiding unstable areas. Utilities and services. Check if it's safe to restore utilities. Sometimes it's necessary to wait for professional inspections before turning gas, water, and electricity back on to prevent further hazards. The importance of community support. Immediate response. In the immediate aftermath, communities often come together to provide mutual aid, including emergency shelters, food, water, and basic medical care. Engage with local response teams and aid organizations. Your assistance can be invaluable, whether it's through direct help or supporting logistical efforts. Long-term rebuilding. Beyond the initial response, the recovery and rebuilding phase begins. This can include repairing homes, restoring infrastructure, and reviving local businesses. Participating in community rebuilding efforts can foster a sense of purpose and togetherness, crucial for overcoming the disaster's psychological impacts. Acknowledging trauma. It's normal to experience a range of emotions after an earthquake, from shock and disbelief to anxiety and grief. Acknowledge these feelings as part of the healing process. It's important to talk about your experiences and emotions with family, friends, or a mental health professional. Stress management. Engage in stress-reducing activities such as exercise, meditation, or hobbies. Maintaining routine where possible can provide a sense of normalcy and control. Community healing, community events, memorials, or group therapy sessions can be powerful avenues for shared healing, allowing individuals to connect over shared experiences and support each other's emotional well-being. Preparedness as empowerment. Looking forward, engaging in preparedness activities for future emergencies can also be a form of emotional recovery, providing a sense of empowerment and reducing the anxiety of facing future unknowns. The aftermath of an earthquake challenges us to navigate physical dangers, rebuild our surroundings, and heal emotional wounds. It's a testament to the resilience of communities and individuals alike. By taking informed steps to assess and mitigate damage, leaning on the support of our communities, and adopting strategies for emotional healing, we can emerge stronger, ready to face the future with renewed strength and unity. Earthquakes remind us of our planet's incredible power, but they also showcase human resilience. With science, preparedness, and community, we can face these challenges head-on. The ground beneath us holds stories of past upheavals and future potential. Understanding, preparing, and acting can make all the difference. We're in this together, and knowledge is our strongest ally. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the science of earthquakes and how to survive them. For more in-depth guides and stories of survival, don't forget to subscribe. Stay safe, stay informed, and look out for each other.